Good morning, children. Today we are going to study a new lesson, air. In this lesson, we are going to study about air for the survival of plants and animals, atmosphere and its layers, uses of air, air is everywhere, and we are going to study about the composition of air, experimental verification of oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide, and burning and combustion. Children, before that we should know what is air. Tell me children, what is air? Air is a mixture of gases. Air is a mixture of gases. What are all the gases present in air? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and some other gases. We all know that air is present everywhere. Children, we all know that air is present everywhere. Can you able to see air? Yes, definitely we cannot able to see air, but we can able to feel it. How you can able to feel? We feel air when trees make rustling sound. Rustle means make crackling sound. Salasalapu kekum. Kaathu vanduchina. Okay, cloths hanging on a cloth line sway. When we see the movement of cloths hanging on a cloth line. Pages of an open book flutters. When we switch on the fan, when the kites fly in the sky, we feel the air. So that we can understand that air is present everywhere. We cannot see, touch or taste, but we can feel air is present around us. So from this we can understand that air is present all around us. Children, life is possible only on earth because of the presence of air and water. It is necessary, this air is very important and necessary for the survival of living organisms on earth. We can live without food for some days. We can live without water for few hours, but we cannot live without air. Children, we cannot live without air even for a few minutes. So, air is very important for all living things to survive. Types of air. When air is moving, that is called wind. When air is moving, that is called wind. When we feel cool air, that is called breeze. And sometimes the air moves with force. That is called a storm. And this storm can uproot the trees, so that only it is called a storm. Air is necessary for breathing and combustion. Combustion means for burning. During respiration, we breathe in air and we breathe out. So what we are doing, we take in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. During respiration, we take in oxygen and we gives out carbon dioxide. Children, we all know that plants use carbon dioxide, water and sunlight. They prepare food by the process called photosynthesis. So whatever carbon dioxide is sent out through the living organism is taken by the plants and they use that carbon dioxide to prepare their food. We get fresh air because of the presence of more trees. We are getting fresh air because of the presence of more trees. Trees purify air so that only we are getting clean and pure air. But we people are polluting air in so many ways. Children, nowadays we are familiar with the two words. In some place we are getting acid rain and another word is global warming. What are they? Global warming is nothing but gradual heating of Earth's surface, oceans and atmosphere. How it happens? Everything is because of the human activity. This global warming, how we are heating the Earth's surface? More vehicles are present and more industries release carbon monoxide, and these gases only involve in the heating of Earth's surface. And acid rain, we are getting acid rain. It is because of the result of air pollution. When any type of fuel is burnt, lot of different chemicals are produced. They also contain lot of invisible gases that can be even more harmful to the environment. They only cause for the acid rain. Now we learn about atmosphere and its layers. What is atmosphere? You might have studied in 5th standard, children. It is a blanket of air present above the earth. It is nothing but a blanket of air that surrounds the earth. Atmosphere extends to more than 800 kilometers. 800 kilometers. And it is held in place by the earth's gravity. This blanket of air, atmosphere, is held in place by the earth's gravity. Atmosphere protects our earth from many harmful rays coming from the sun. The air envelope is thick. The air envelope is thicker near Earth's surface, and as we go higher, the density and availability of air gradually decreases, so that only people, those who climb mountain and those who are going for space, carry oxygen cylinders, because when we go higher, the amount of air present will decrease, so that only they are carrying oxygen cylinders. And in the same way, people, those who go under the deep sea, also carry oxygen cylinders. When we go higher, the force of gravity decreases, so it is not able to hold a large amount of air. Children, the atmosphere is made up of 5 different layers. They are the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the ionosphere and the exosphere. The troposphere, it is the layer closest to the Earth's surface. How we are dividing these layers? We divide this layer based on its temperature. And this troposphere is the layer in which we live. It extends upwards for about 16 kilometers above the surface of the earth. Here you can see the movement of wind takes place, and also it contains water vapor which is responsible for making clouds. This water vapor present in the air is responsible for making clouds. And this layer is responsible for weather we experience on earth. Aircrafts usually fly above this layer to avoid strong winds and bad weather. The second one is the stratosphere. It lies above the troposphere. This layer has the ozone layer in it. Here only the ozone layer is present. The ozone layer protects all life on earth from the harmful ultraviolet rays that comes from the sun. Third one is mesosphere. It is present above the stratosphere. The temperature decreases with height. And it reaches a minimum of about minus 90 degrees Celsius. Ionosphere, it is the layer present above the mesosphere and it is ionized by solar radiation. Exosphere, it contains oxygen and hydrogen atoms. Now we learn about the experimental verification of presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogen in air. Joseph Priestley was a scientist. He conducted experiment in 1774, showed that air is not an elementary substance but a composition or a mixture of gases. Air is not an elementary substance but it is a mixture of gases. For that we are going to do one experiment. For that experiment we need a tub of water and Priestley made a float and placed a candle on it. First what we have to take tub of water and a float. On that we have to keep a candle. He covered the candle with a glass jar so that the air from outside cannot enter inside. So he sealed that tub of water with a glass jar. Now the candle was lighted. Within a few minutes the flame put off. Why? You can understand that for burning oxygen is necessary. The candle present inside the glass jar utilized the oxygen present inside the air, and for a few seconds the flame was present. After that it extinguished because it used the oxygen present inside the glass jar. So only carbon dioxide is present inside. It was clear that something in the air was being used for burning and being converted into another substance, so that only the flame went out. Later on, the chemist named the substance necessary for burning as oxygen. What is the name of the gas used for burning? Oxygen. Oxygen is very necessary for burning. And after that, the process, the burning of oxygen is converted mostly into carbon dioxide, so that only the candle put off. Now, Priestley take that jar and placed a live mouse inside it without allowing the air inside the enter into the jar. Mouse. Now he placed the mouse inside the jar. So now can you guess what happened? Without oxygen, what will happen? The mouse died. Because the oxygen present inside the glass jar was utilized by the flame, so only carbon dioxide is present inside the jar. It was clear that oxygen was necessary for survival of the mouse. Now in the next step, what he did? He gently lifted the jar and placed a mint plant. When the jar is very much inside the water, it will not allow any outside air. So plant being a living thing like mouse, he thought the plant would die. But instead the plant survived. After placing a mint plant, he lifted up the candle and it continued to burn. What happened? After put the mint plant inside, when we lit up the candle will continue to burn. Daniel Rutherford, a Scottish chemist, he discovered nitrogen. He removed oxygen and converted it into carbon dioxide. How? By using a inverted bell jar, he burned the candle and removed oxygen from that air. And he passed this air without oxygen, because oxygen present in the air is utilized by burning the candle. And now what we have is the air without oxygen is passed through a lime water, and he removed carbon dioxide. From that air he removed carbon dioxide also. Now the air what we have is without oxygen and carbon dioxide. Now he was able to produce a gas which showed the same property of air without oxygen and carbon dioxide. Hence this gas was named nitrogen. Now children, we are going to see a test for carbon dioxide present in the air. Take some lime water in a glass tumbler and you have to take a straw. Through the straw you have to bubble some air. After few times, when you look at the bottom of the lime water carefully, the lime water will produce a white precipitate, and that the lime water will eventually turn to a milky white solution. It turns into a milky white solution. This shows that the presence of carbon dioxide in air. Composition of air. From Priestley's experiment, which was followed by Rutherford and Ingenhouse's, we come to know that air is not just one substance, it is a mixture of gases. The major component of air is nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor and some other gases like argon, helium, etc. and some dust particles also present in the air. Now the major component of air is nitrogen. It is present in air about 78%. The second major component of air is oxygen. It is 21%. And small amount of carbon dioxide, that is 0.04%. The composition of air changes slightly from place to place and from season to season. Air present in industrial cities usually has a higher amount of carbon dioxide in it, and air present in the coastal areas may have more water vapor than in land areas, and also air contains more amount of water vapor in rainy season. The amount of dust in the air is more in windy places than in other areas. Dust particles are present more in windy areas. Test for the presence of dust particles in air. Children, now you are seeing a picture. In that the sunlight is entering into a dark room through a small hole. Actually, the air in the room always contains some dust particles, but they are so small so that they are not visible to us. When a beam of sunlight falls on them, the tiny dust particles become visible. Take a graph sheet. Using marker pen, draw a 5 into 5 centimeter square on a graph. Apply a thin layer of grease on the graph sheet. This sheet will serve as dust collector. Keep this dust collector, that paper, in a place, and after few days you take that paper and count the number of collected dust particles in the marked area in that sheet. To calculate the mean number of dust particles in the marked area, mean equal to total number of dust particles on collector divided by number of squares on collector. And we can calculate dust by using this formula also. Range equal to maximum value minus minimum value. Test for water vapor in air. To do this experiment, take few ice cubes in a glass. Keep it on the table for a few minutes. Observe what happens. After few minutes you can see some droplets of water present on the outer surface of the glass. From where do these droplets come? When the outside air touches the outer surface of the glass, it condenses and forms the water vapor. So the water vapor present in the air condenses on the cold surface of the glass. So from this experiment, we can understand that air contains water vapor. Burning and combustion. When we burn a candle, paper, kerosene, coal, wood or cooking gas, oxygen is needed. For burning a substance continuously, we need a continuous supply of fresh air. If we cut off the supply of fresh air to a burning substance, then the burning substance will not get oxygen. Soon the burning substance will stop burning. In rockets, as they go high in the atmosphere, the availability of oxygen is considerably reduced. Already we have seen that when we go higher, the level of oxygen will be decreased. So, in rockets, along with fuel, oxygen is also carried for combustion. The process of burning of a substance in the presence of oxygen and releasing a large amount of light and heat, it is called burning. If the process, what we are getting by burning, we are getting light and heat. If the process does not emit flame, then it is called combustion. Only we get heat. Combustion is we can get heat and not flame. So that is called combustion. Importance of air for survival of plants and animals. Now we see respiration in plants. Plants require energy for their growth. Hence, respiration also occurs in plants. During respiration, like animals, plants also take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Gaseous exchange with air in atmosphere takes place through the tiny holes present on the surface of the leaves called stomata. Through that stomata only gaseous exchange takes place. Children, we all know that plants prepare food, their own food, by the process called photosynthesis. You might have studied in your 5th standard. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil react in the presence of sunlight to produce food. And with the help of chlorophyll is nothing but the green color pigment present in the plant, and it also used during the process of photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, the plant takes carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. It produces food and gives out oxygen. The plant release oxygen during photosynthesis is more than the oxygen used by the plants during respiration. Respiration in animals. When we breathe in air, the oxygen present in the air reacts with digested food within the body to produce carbon dioxide, water vapor, and energy. The energy we get from the digested food is used for the movement, growth, and for the repair of tissues. This process by which oxygen react with digested food to form carbon dioxide, water vapor, and energy is called respiration. Children, what is respiration? Oxygen reacts with digested food to form carbon dioxide, water vapor, and energy is called respiration. Carbon dioxide formed during respiration dissolves in the blood and is exhaled out. The inhaled and the exhaled air thus contain the same substances but in different proportions, except nitrogen. Whatever amount of nitrogen we inhale, the same amount of nitrogen will be present in the exhaled air. Now we see the tabular column showing the component inhaled air and exhaled air. Nitrogen present in the inhaled air and exhaled air is the same amount, 78%. Oxygen in inhaled air 21%, exhaled 16%. Carbon dioxide 0.003%, and in the exhaled air more amount of oxygen is present, that is 4%. Water vapor variable amount, and the amount of water vapor will be present increases in exhaled air. Noble gases the same amount, 0.95, 0.95. Dust variable amount, and in the exhaled air none will be present. Temperature, room temperature, and in the exhaled air body temperature is present. Respiration of plants and animals in water. The plants and animals that live in water use the oxygen dissolved in water for breathing. Whatever may be the water, whether the water present in pond, lake, river, and sea, have some amount of dissolved air containing oxygen in it. That oxygen is utilized by the plants and animals present in water. For example, frogs respire through skin, fish respire through their gills. When carbon dioxide is cooled to minus 57 degrees centigrade, it becomes a solid without changing to its liquid state. That is called dry ice, and it is used as refrigerating agent. Dry ice is used in trucks and carts for refrigerating food items, perishable food items such as meat and fish. Uses of air. Air is used by plants and animals for breathing. Air is used for burning fuels like wood, coal, kerosene, and LPG gas. Compressed air is used to fill tires of various kinds of vehicles. Children, air plays an important role in maintaining the water cycle in the nature. The ozone layer present in the atmosphere protects our earth from the harmful rays coming from the sun. Under extraordinary conditions, we use air for the patient having breathing difficulties. And before itself we said a person, those who climb mountain and those who go under deep sea will carry oxygen cylinder for breathing purpose. Thank you, children.